didn't take you.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Right.
One more quick one. Okay. And if you want a hand, Anthony, let me know.
No, you're all right, mate. You're all right. No worries. One false move. Down you go.
Like birds up here.
Smells like it. Birds or bats?
That's
Bat guano.
Birds or bats, you can smell them.
Like chirping under the corner.
Oh, okay.
That's how they look like, huh?
Okay. Most impressive. How did you find this place? The German guy sent me 2 black and white photographs. I said, where is it? He said, go find it.
really?
So that's what I tell everybody else. Like, where did I see it? Find it. You can.
When did you find it?
5 years ago, I think.
Wow.
What do you reckon, mate? Resonant?
I was in
Not
shock.
much.
Not much?
No.
Sorry, tell us, what is it?
No one has to. It's a false door.
It's not, there isn't anything usually.
That looks like an altar though.
Look at this
Yeah,
one.
that has like
I know.
It looks like an altar.
And that ball fits perfectly on the top. There's a ball sitting on the top. And there's a groove that slides back and forth.
Oh, a little ball. And the ball's still there.
Yeah, this fits perfectly.
Good souvenir.
It belongs here. And that's one of the pieces that got blown off it right there on the right. Yeah, and the big piece behind, the big piece behind it was on top of here. So it's likely that it just came up and went across. But it's naturally ergonomic. And it's also believed, like if you sit here and you look right up, there was a stream that was, or water that was channeled to the top to come straight down on top of this too. So it may have been, you know, Chinese torture. Chinese torture. Yeah. But it's, you know, it looks rough, but it's been in this, more or less in this cave for forever. So if you feel the grooves, you feel how even and smooth they are. I don't know about being machined, but whoever did this had amazing ability at working stone.
Is there any pictures of it before it got blown up?
Those bastards. Very.
Think happy thoughts.
Mind blowing.
Everybody's got their pictures.
No, Hans, what comes to mind? Human sacrifice. Лен, смотри.
This thing is kind of on this side and the other side.
What's this place called?
You get pictures.
Just push the red button now.
What is it?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about this place? About the design?
I had the water coming from it, and that would be the source of the sound. And then this is amplified or released to certain frequency. That's what we usually need the normal function. That's what we see.
So there's a water source which is the traffic that goes by hundreds of people. And right now there's a truck
I got a great shot, yeah.
Cheers.
The top also down here,
We're worried about it down
the
there.
edge.
You'll be right, mate.
That's the framing ceiling with megalithic pieces, but it's also collapsed from the inside like that. So this maybe once was the inside of a megalithic structure, like a pyramid structure.
It's another shack.
So this was a tomb?
There are things up in there, but that whole thing collapsed in the distant past, so there is more in there under all that rubble. I have photos.
Have you gone there?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. I took photos of
Go. Go and explore. You made it all the way up here.
Yeah. Well, of all the places in Peru and Bolivia, this is the one that I always feel wants you to be here. You know, it wants human contact.
Wants to be hidden?
Wants human contact.
Oh.
Well, it's too late. I tried to keep it secret, and then the mayor of Ollantaytambo decided to advertise it as a tourist place. So it's gone from being secret. But, you know, I think it wants to be loved. It's one of those places that wants people to come in a respectful way and just ponder on it and go, what's it for? You know, what was it for?
Exactly. What is the purpose of the 4 double doors? Well, that's a triple door, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I wish I had like interview music about that, if you don't mind for a second. Sure. About the false door idea.
Yeah.
There's salt up here.
Uh-huh. That's brought by hippies.
For
So
consecration.
in Egypt, there are a number of recesses in walls that are commonly called false doors,
Yeah.
which doesn't tell you anything. So could you please illuminate us as to what you think?
About the false doors,
Yes.
what they believed in it is a religious belief that the car will come through to visit the body of the deceased. But as we do some sound activities inside these places, we found out that the shape itself kind of regulates the sound or the frequency to the resonance tone and the shape. But the shape here can be maybe this outside part can create it, which is the patterns of standing waves
Uh-huh.
that would usually be held by the... This here wouldn't be called the false door, but more like a niche in pyramid structures and things like that. So, there is a difference, but there is similarity in the what functionally it can create or it can be interacting with, which is sound.
Right, so an acoustic enhancer.
Yeah, or regulator.
regulator.
Yeah.
Because of course with these, as we've seen with the megalithic structures, we have these trapezoid shapes which are very responsive to sound.
Yeah.
And yet the common belief is that every single one of these was filled with a gold idol. That's what all the tour guides say. And if you count the number of them, it's like, well, how many thousand gold idols would there be?
Yeah.
So that's kind of...
In Egypt, this would be something like the shrine. The shrine, which was on its own, it's a device. But then later, it became something like also for Horus that will be added inside. In old Cairo, you'd find a shrine from Quartzite that it's very ancient. Writings on it was from like the 30th dynasty. And then you'll have Jesus image in it, because this is like the... Again, they're using the same thing of Horus, which is another use. But when you put even if you put the statue or something valuable inside, your focus will go to that item inside, and you will, be misled from knowing that this is the device that activates or that functions.
that makes sense.
Even in the Egyptian museum, they use the same way now. So they collect all these shrines and they put it in one section. And the writings on it were added later. You can see this clearly when you see how poor the carvings were made. So they relate them to the new kingdom, while they are originally belonged to the pre-dynastic civilization.
So basic recycling and altering the message. Great.
If you go to Egypt, you enter one of the pyramids called Abu Sir, you'll find most of the pyramids has the frame A ceiling like this one. That would be the main or the focal chamber in the place.
Something,
People that dynamited this. So sad.
There is one case like this in Egypt also. In the Serapeum, there is like more than 25 boxes, megalithic. Each one weighs like 100 tons. And when it was discovered by a French archaeologist, his name is Auguste Mariette, he found that all the boxes were open, except one. So they couldn't lift the lid. So they also used explosives to blow it. And they found nothing. Because if you label it as a sarcophagus, you will think it's for a burial. If you label it as a box, you will think there is something in it. But my belief that this is the device. It's not something to be...
Perhaps they could put something with radiation inside. To make
It is a
be
radioactive.
something.
It is, some of them are radioactive.
What, the Serapeum?
The Serapeum?
Yeah.
What is the Ark of the Covenant?
Yes, like the Ark of the Covenant.
It was
a
taken from
box,
Egypt.
But it has something
Gold
inside,
with
inside
wood
that
and then
radiates.
gold. It's a
Only the
conductor.
Nubians
Capacitor.
could carry it.
Yeah.
Because their skin will not be affected by the radiation.
I mean,
They had to anoint themselves also.
we don't know how the Ark of the Covenant is made over.
They chess with us, with we humans. They were fighting
What's
each
your take
other,
on this, mate?
and we were the chess pieces.
It's wordless. Just even within the context of a side of a mountain,
So Jehovah said,
what I can say is this is so finely done that, again, just another example of advanced technology.
Indeed.
And it gives me goosebumps. How about you?
Likewise, you pretty much summed it all up.
They're interdimensional gods.
I just want to know, what did it do? Did something fit in there? Because a lot of the things we've seen, the tops of those rocks where there's like little seats cut out, I just can't help but get the impression that something fit in there,
I'm glad to hear you say that, because every single example I've seen like that, even this part over here,
Yeah, exactly.
it looks like something intersects with it and fits perfectly on top of it or with it. It kind of moves into it. So that's the first thought that comes to me too.
And also at that rock where the seats were cut out, did you see around the side where there were those toothed arrangements?
I didn't see that, no.
Oh, Daryl got all the footage.
Oh, good.
You'll see this thing and you'll go, fuck, something's got to go in there, it's part of a machine. Basically, it's like this, it's like they've carved it out, it's all one piece, but there'll be an open bit there, then there'll be a tooth here, open bit there, tooth here, open bit there, tooth here. This is remarkable.
Well, when we get to Puma Punku, it seems like there are docking aspects to that place, like almost like a shipyard in a way. So I can't help but feel that there's a similarity here too.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you bring it away and fly north, So, move that plastic going around so you know where the north is, and move it back.
Oh, okay. So 20 degrees off north then. 10.
So any other ideas about what this could be? With the 3 niches like that?
Well, for me, that was made for 3 people.
Yeah.
So, put in there and two help, I don't know.
Anyone else?
These niches are after this one.
The what?
The niches are after this one.
Oh yeah.
No, what happened?
Do you believe in being able to raise your frequency and being able to transcend to a higher?
You're right, man. It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, the other interesting thing for those going, even if you're not going to Tiwanaku, is you see that wall, and you see the shape of the niche on top,
Yep.
and then you see the shape of the niche below it.
Yeah.
That is, those 2 symbols are the only artistic, or 2 of the ancient artistic elements built into Pumapunku when it was constructed. And so the H blocks, that the top symbol is in the top, the bottom symbol is in the bottom. And all the carving that was done at Tiwanaku was done later by the Tiwanaku altar. Yeah, the big pieces bucket is right behind it.
Oh, and then little pieces with, all over the place.
So it could be partially reconstructed. Some people,
So where's the top piece that was blown off?
Must be that bit down there where the rocks are.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, I really used some blasting power, didn't I? Dynamite.
Was this the original location? Did you see the backside?
I don't know.
Yeah? I didn't. I'll go down and check that out.
It looks like the piece dropped.
This vibrates.
Yeah?
Oh, perhaps it's me vibrating.
They say.
Yes, this vibrates.
It's so weathered that it's
You
hard.
must be more in tune than me. I can't feel anything.
Yes, I touch all the ones.
It was
and I didn't feel
non-magnetic
it.
and not radioactive either.
So we're in Bolivia, city of La Paz, in their brand new tram system, and we're on our way to Tiwanaku and Pumapunku with an international team, and we're going to spend the entire day measuring and examining the strange stones that are found, especially at Pumapunku, which that site is unique on the planet. There's no precursor culture. And some estimates are that its construction dates back 15,000 years. So we'll see. So this is an excavation, and the ground was originally that high, and you see these pieces have been found. This is how they were found. They were found buried underground. So some kind of devastating event happened here. And this is one of the big gates at Tiwanaku. However, since you're seeing gray stone, this is from the Pumapunku era. Could be 15,000 years old.
Well, this could very well be a foundation block because it's very close to being perfectly level. And the other thing is these two squares, they don't go down perfectly 90 degrees. They actually taper in as if something was meant to lock inside, like a machine.
See the hotibs? When we look at the devices that's labeled as offering tables, the hotib in the Egyptian
Egypt?
Museum, in Egypt, you would find two basins just like these, and that circle in here would also look like that it housed something with the two like basins. But like the other one would have like also streams of running liquids. And of course they think of it as an offering table would do.
Look at the corner angles.
Yes, Anthony?
I would say, Brian, if that was used as a part of a process equipment and there was a slurry running over it, it would tend to wear in the middle.
That makes a lot of sense.
So originally it's probably the same all the way through. And then as over the years, slurry or material's been running over, it's worn in the middle. Give you that appearance of the curving in the bottom.
Right.
Because things.
Not a flow.
And I think
but it could be also like
Oh yeah, that is the false.
Good idea. You know what? I would think that there was something else there, right here.
So the curious thing are all of these heads. Some people have said that these represent all the types of humanity, but they're so badly eroded that how can you possibly tell? The curious thing are the turbans that they seem to wear. Where would that tradition have come from? I don't know, but hopefully someday we'll find out.
I know we don't compare between the symbolism, but in the Imhotep Museum, you find artifacts for Zoser, King Zoser, which is like a pillar like this with the serpent ascending, and also a depiction for the jackal or the lion. In the same one. Imhotep Museum.
Here's water erosion coming down. Gives it that rounded effect.
Maybe there's some geologist
Exactly. Just like in the Sphinx Hollow.
She was here from
Exactly.
So what do you see, Anthony, in terms of alignment to the cardinal directions?
Well, it seems to be dead parallel with the north-south. And, yeah, I don't know if that has any actual functional purpose or...
Of course, electromagnetic induction.
Yeah.
That's right, North Pole.
Or usually it would be like little...
So the original structure was these vertical megalithic stones. And it was filled in the 1980s by archaeologists. The amount of weathering on these big vertical stones has to be more than the age of the Tiwanaku culture, which would be 1,000 to 2,000 years old. It really looks like water erosion. There he is.
Yep.
Pasa
empezar la explicación? Ya, es que lo voy a llamar.
So what we've seen here at Tiwanaku is clearly cultural recycling. The Tiwanaku culture appeared here about 100 AD, disappeared about 900 AD. They were at best a Bronze Age culture. What we have seen is clear evidence of machining technology. And as hard as it is to believe, that machining technology occurred before the Tiwanaku culture. Some think that Pumapunku and Tiwanaku are different cultures, but in fact, or different sites, but in fact they're the same site. We see evidence of machining technology both in Pumapunku and Tiwanaku, the same level of technology, so therefore both sites were one site, possibly 12,000 plus years ago, if you believe the idea that there was a global cataclysm about 12,000 years ago caused by either plasma ejection from the sun, energy ejection from the center of the galactic, of our galaxy, or some other phenomenon, possibly a comet.